What up? What up? What up, everybody? It's your boy DTLF back with another late night Laker rumors plus more with DTLF. Man, hopefully everybody's doing amazing tonight. Hopefully everybody had a wonderful weekend as well. I know I did. Again, it was my brother's birthday. I didn't get a chance to tap in with you guys earlier in the week, but man, what a weekend of sports and just basketball it's been, man. The Dallas Mavericks advanced to the Western Conference Finals, y'all. Western Conference Finals, Kyrie and Luca, one of the most criticized duos in basketball, now advanced to the Western Conference Finals, and they look phenomenal. They'll be ready for whoever wins from tomorrow's Game Sevens. By the way, we'll be live on Playback TV with the fellas. What up, KJ? Good to see you, brother. We'll be live with all the fellas tomorrow on Playback TV. What up, Tara? Good to see you, sis. Um, How y'all been though? Hopefully everybody's having a wonderful weekend. Again, Mavericks advance to the Western Conference Finals. I am extremely excited for them. Right, we get to see two of the top killers in the game team up against either Anthony Edwards or the Denver Nuggets. By the way, who do you guys have winning tomorrow? You guys got Denver or you guys have Minnesota? I still got Minnesota. My original pick was Minnesota in 7. I think they've, when the refs have let them play, they've clearly been the best team on the court. Whenever the refs don't get involved, whenever they get involved, and you can't touch anybody or play defense or none of that, then that's when Denver gets the dub. So we'll see. We'll see who the officials favor tomorrow. Will they let them play? Battle. I mean, they got home court advantage, obviously, and most likely the refs in their pocket. But the Timberwolves are hungry. They're young. They're exciting. And it's going to be extremely fun. Again, I will be covering both games over there on Playback. Now, let's talk Laker rumors because there were some things I was not able to cover over the weekend. Again, was very busy with my family. But, there's talk of, there being a favorite that has now emerged to become the next Laker head coach. All right, there's talk of that. Apparently, according to multiple sources, the Lakers have zeroed in on J.J. Redick as their next head coach. All right. JJ Redick. It sounds like it might be him. All right. So shout out to you, Mixtape. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, brother. Much love. Also, we'll be dropping my review for the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes later on in this video. So stay tuned for that. So what do you guys think of that? Sounds like we are zeroing in on JJ Redick. Most likely he will be the guy that the Lakers lock in on. And apparently they're saying that they wanted a coach they can groom and can be with the franchise for 7 to 10 years. What can we say, Laker family? 7 to 10 years. We can't even hold on to one for 3 years. Max, what's up? Max, he said, what's good, Dan? My Asia job been a hassle, so I haven't been watching ball lately. I've been watching here and there, but again, it was my brother's birthday this weekend, so we went to the movies yesterday. Wanted to take him out to eat. Was a little bit busy, but again, I owed you guys a video. Here it is. What's up, Kimiko? Good to see you, Kimiko. My guy said Denver due to the refs. Guys, it has been egregious the calls that Jokic and the Denver Nuggets get in that series. But I'm very proud of the Minnesota Timberwolves because Ant-Man said they were going to go to 7, and that's exactly what they did. They forced the game 7. Very proud of Ant-Man. And again, also proud of OKC. OKC lost tonight in 6 games to the Mavericks, but clearly, again, playoffs is all about experience. OKC getting that insane experience. They're still young. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander refused to let his team lose. I mean, he was phenomenal. He had over 35 points. Chet's going to get better. Jalen Williams. They got a treasure trove with draft picks. That team is going to be a force to be reckoned with, guys. It's going to be a force to be reckoned with. Absolutely. Talking about Laker rumors, another heavy Laker rumor being reported by Evan Sittery on Twitter says Donovan Mitchell has become the Lakers' #1 trade target. All right, now apparently the Los Angeles Lakers are prepared to aggressively pursue Mitchell if he decides not to sign with the Cavaliers long term. Okay, now it says the Lakers can offer up 3 first-round picks, the 24, 2029, and the 2031 in any potential deal at the start of the offseason. Now, think about that. That's a lot of draft picks to give up for Mitchell. Now, Mitchell is coming off of an injury where he was not allowed to play the final game of that series. So, therefore, that's an interesting – what do you guys think? Donovan Mitchell? I mean, if there's one player I would have gave up for sure Austin Reeves for, it is Donovan Mitchell. It is definitely Donovan Mitchell. Like Donovan Mitchell is that guy who can propel this roster over the top for sure, right? It is a team. Donovan Mitchell is the type of player that can most definitely, uh, like I said, when LeBron James is having one of those off nights, of course, Father Time's undefeated. He's heading into year 22. When AD goes missing, Donovan Mitchell can drop a 40 to 50 piece easily. That's the type of player he is. Hey, Arthur, thank you so much for super chat, brother. Lakers need a big three if we're gonna hire JJ. Ah, well. Let me tell you something, Arthur. Apparently, now JJ Redick is the front runner, right? It says they're zeroing in on him. However, there's been a couple of interviews now. James Borrego is another name that has popped up according to Jovan Bua. Now, James Borrego is a part of the candidates because AD has a good relationship with him. AD has a say in the process, and these are Jovan's words, by the way. He said, "And search so front office is hearing out AD's ideas. That's why he is in the process, and he was the Pels offensive coordinator this season. By the way, the Pelicans were one of the top offensive teams in the league. Thanks so much for a super chat, Art. What do you guys think of that? James Borrego. Now, not a fan of his coaching style, to be honest with you guys, but I do like that the front office is not only listening to LeBron, they're also listening to Anthony Davis. And I don't know if you guys saw my tweet, but I said shout out AD because it was reported that when they chose to fire Darvin Ham this offseason, they were told by many that considerations was that it was pretty evident that AD was not on board anymore with Darvin. And the last thing that they wanted was for AD to be frustrated with the situation and eventually ask for a trade. This, according to Sam Amick of The Athletic. He was on the Rich Eisen show. All right, so that's interesting. That's one of the main reasons they fired Darvin Scam. So shout out to AD. We saw him be disgruntled. He spoke up, which I appreciate. Sometimes I'll tell you guys this. I wish LeBron James was a little more outspoken. Okay, because Anthony Davis had to speak up, and this kind of caught the attention of the Lakers. Now, if you guys remember during the playoffs when he did say that, sometimes they didn't know what they were doing on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball. I agreed with AD, and I said, thank you, AD, for speaking out. Sometimes I wish LeBron was less passive-aggressive and more aggressive. If LeBron spoke out, there would be changes a lot quicker, maybe even midway through the season, if we're being honest. That's how much power he holds on every franchise he goes to. Okay, so there is that. Shout out to AD again. He definitely did right. He said AD got justice now. You're out. You're damn skippy, brother. He said facts. Donovan Mitchell's a bucket. He would embrace his talent. Now, back onto the coaching rumors. Another rumor is that Sam Cassell apparently has spoken out to why he would be a great head coach for the Lakers and for any team that's out there. All right. Now, I know some of you guys were very interested in Sam. All right, and this is what Sam had to say. He said, I just know if I'm going to get the opportunity, I'm going to be a good head coach. He said, I understand what it takes to get a player going, what a player wants to hear. Sometimes you got to be an asshole on the bench. That's old school coaching right there. Remember I told you guys? I told you guys that I kind of am rooting for an asshole type coach that can come in here and change the culture and really get, light something under these players' asses. Because let's be honest, if you guys have been paying close attention in the playoffs, the teams that are still available, they all play hard. Nobody's taking possessions off, especially the Knicks. Shout out to the Knicks. Shout out to the Knicks, right? They're going to a game 7 as well tomorrow. We'll be covering both games on Playback TV. So tap in, y'all. Well, I'm going to be multi-streaming, so I'm going to be on here as well. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, every team plays really hard, and they all have these coaches, right, that light one under their ass, and they have them. I mean, Josh Hart has an abdominal strain. He tried to play through it the last game. They're giving their all. That means they buy into whatever the coach is selling. And therefore, that's very encouraging for me to watch as a basketball fan. I hope whoever we bring in as a head coach is able to get that type of effort from their players. It's a young man's league. We can't be taking off defensive and offensive possessions and expect to win series. You know what I'm saying? The reason the Timberwolves, as you can see, Ant-Man right there on my thumbnail, you can see him holding up there's 2. There's another hand that has a 5. So he was promising in Game 7. These guys they got after it. They took a 3-day hiatus, but they got back on track. And I'm definitely enjoying a lot of these different playoff series. I got more updates for you guys as well. It's like I said, a movie review and all that. But definitely make sure you guys hit the like button if you guys are in here with me. Subscribe if you already haven't. Listen, I took the weekend off. I'm coming back with a vengeance all week, man. We'll be dropping major content, so stay tuned. I'm expecting some big news to drop from the Lakers anytime. It could be this week, it could be next week, etc. But we will be breaking down every single decision, every single thing on this channel, so stay tuned. My guy D Free said, what do you think of the rumors that the next coach is supposed to be an AD hire? Word is he likes Borrego a lot, and the front office wants someone he lives with as they're going to build around him. D Free, I have mixed thoughts on this. This is a great question, by the way. Shout out my boy D Free. I have mixed feelings on this. Number one, I do not like James Borrego. All right. Now, he had a crack at the head coaching job. And a matter of fact, one of the reasons he got fired from Charlotte is he didn't give LaMelo the opportunity out of the gates. He made him earn it, which some people like, some people don't like, because he was obviously their top lottery pick. What is it, second overall pick? Or no, he was actually the fourth, wasn't he? Third or fourth? Because I remember the Warriors passed on him, which they shouldn't have. But I remember there was a lot of criticisms for James Borrego. I've been following him closely because he's Mexican just like me. So I was rooting for him when he first came into the league, but he really dropped the ball. He couldn't even hold his job with Charlotte. Now, he's done a tremendous job as an assistant with the Pelicans. However, as far as the front office wanting somebody that they're going to build around AD for, I'm not. You know how I feel about that, D Free. I've said it many times, brother. I'm not a fan of building around AD. I'm a fan of building with AD, but you have to go get another Batman. There has to be another Batman. All right. Dan, Kenny Martin Jr. should be the player the Lakers buy low on this season. I like him. Hardworking player, very offensive oriented. I mean, he's a player who has a lot of upside and potential, obviously. Son of an NBA player as well. But, he's definitely unproven. Mixtape, you funny, bro. You funny. Rumors have Shannon Sharp is going to be the lead assistant on JJ's coaching staff, along with Nick Wright and Kendrick Perkins. Stop it. That's a funny LeBron joke. And talking about LeBron, we have another rumor as well. According to multiple reports, LeBron's not going to whatever team Bronny gets drafted to. Now, why is this being reported? I think this is counterproductive for Bronny getting drafted. Well, apparently the Lakers have now interviewed Bronny James. And in terms of the draft, the Lakers seemed like they'll be likely the draft floor for Bronny James at the 55th pick. So he had a very good draft combine. Apparently he impressed some folks, and he went from, I think he was ranked like 90-something to like 54. So he made a huge leap, right? He impressed some folks. I think he was a little bit more ahead than what people initially gave him credit for. Still, the scouts are destroying Bronny. They're calling him a poor man's Davion Mitchell, right? Davion Mitchell hasn't really hit, per se, in the draft. But it does sound like the Lakers are interested in drafting Bronny. It does sound like maybe LeBron is coming out saying that way another team doesn't draft him. Sounds like maybe the Lakers gave LeBron a promise. Hey, you re-sign with us, we will draft Bronny for you. Don't worry about it. And maybe they're trying to, LeBron's backing off his stance that he wants to play with Bronny. That way Bronny could become a Laker where LeBron's already at, which would be a far smarter strategy, especially since we have a second-round pick that's slated to go number 55, right? So there is that. Again, this is going to be an interesting offseason, right? Both for Laker fans and LeBron fans alike. It's going to be interesting because, our futures are intertwined for the foreseeable future right now. Unless LeBron decides something crazy, takes a pay cut and goes to play somewhere else for free, or asks the Lakers to sign and trade him, I see LeBron re-signing here. I really do. And I see Bronny probably getting either drafted or signed as a free agent to be a Laker, right? But I'll tell you this. I saw some of Bronny's highlights. I saw the way he conducted himself, the way he answered the tough questions. And I myself was impressed. You guys know I'm a big scout myself, man, as a fan. I've been hitting on a lot of these young players. I told you guys I wanted Derek Lively for the Lakers. You see him get 15 rebounds today? He was exactly what we needed. Too bad he didn't drop in the draft. But back to Bronny. I was impressed by a couple of things. For one, he flashes a mid-range jump shot. He's highly intelligent. He's a little bit undersized at 6'1.5", right? He was slated to be 6'3". Turns out he's only 6'1.5". So he didn't get his father's gene with the size. He probably got his mother's gene. But the good news is he could transition to becoming a point guard, maybe a defensive-minded point guard. He's gonna have to be really quick and pesky because guards are gonna exploit him. They're like the average guard is like what 6'3" to 6'5" now in the NBA. So he chose the wrong time to come into the league, man. If it was 10 years ago, 6'1" was perfect for a point guard. Now you really got to do other things properly. You got to be able to shoot. You got to be pesky on the perimeter and do certain things. So again, poor man's Davion Mitchell is not very promising, but the scouts have been wrong before. And I hope that this young guy uses it as motivation to propel himself. Show how much you really love basketball, young buck. Propel yourself forward and become, prove all the scouts and the doubters and everybody wrong. That's what I wish for the kid, whether he's a Laker or not, right? Now, we do have another rumor. I will transition away from the Bronny stuff. Let me answer a couple of questions. If you guys have any questions, I have you now. D Free says, yeah, they're definitely going to try to get someone to pair AD with, but I think it's indicative of the way AD has now, or the sway AD has now. He said, I wonder if Redick will be an AD hire too. Well, you would think, you know what, D Free, you would think that LeBron James and AD both put their heads together and they make this decision. Well, they help the front office make this decision together. They have to be on the same page if they want to win anything. Otherwise, it's just going to be a wasted 2 years. If LeBron, assuming that's how much LeBron extends for. D Free says, I never thought he was going to go where Bronny was. He said, thing is, we never asked what Bronny wanted. He wants to be his own man. He said it, and wasn't his dream. It was his dad's. But I'll tell you this, D Free. Did you see that question they asked Bronny James about potentially playing with his pops? This boy was cheesing, man. Trust me. I don't think it's far-fetched to say, yeah, he wants to carve out his own role, but he would love to play with his father. He knows how much power his father has. He knows that if he's on the same team as his father, he's probably going to get some PT. Versus if he's not, he's probably going to end up in the G League somewhere, if not, overseas, right? So his father holds a lot of power, man. More power than we've ever seen any player hold in this league. That's what makes a lot of basketball fans sick. They hate the way LeBron has swayed the power to the players. And this is a lot of the reason why players get away with stuff is because LeBron James, I mean, credit to him because the owners were getting away with murder. We all know what Donald Sterling and all these undercover owners were doing. But, LeBron kind of said, you know what? They trade us and get away with it, and we become the villains. And we, what? Let me request a trade. Let me, the player empowerment was pushed by Clutch and LeBron James. So therefore, I'm not saying it was all LeBron's fault as a players league, but he holds a lot of influence and power for sure in this league. And that's a good thing for them. And sometimes a bad thing for us fans. Sometimes it could be good for all parties involved. Right. Let's see here. DeRozan or Mitchell? Oh, Donovan Mitchell, hands down. We're talking about youth. We're talking about potential still to continue to improve within the team. DeRozan, if he comes cheap, I will take him. Hepatitis C says Micah and Adelman are the best choices, but the trauma that Darvin Ham put on the Lakers organization may leave them scared to go with a rookie coach again. Actually, bro, it doesn't sound like that. It sounds like they're leaning towards JJ Redick, which is a LeBron / God knows who hire, right? That's what it sounds like to me. But that's just my own personal opinion. Did Dan remember Darko showed out in the barbecue draft combine and he turned out to be a bust? Yeah, I mean, I never put too much stock on the draft combine, but sometimes you can find gems on you can find gems on a combine. You definitely could. So, you got to see the whole body of work. See, Bronny was a McDonald's All-American. It's not like he wasn't a 3-star recruit. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he wasn't just a nobody, just living off of his pop's name. He's pretty athletic. He seems to be flashing some good defensive attributes and some good speed. Not a lot of size. He's okay athletically. Nothing too crazy, but he's got some stuff. Now, the only question I have for Bronny is, does he want it? Does he have the heart? Because he has the resources. You got a great basketball mind and a savant like LeBron. You just ask him all the questions in the world and you learn from him as much as you can. Because I'm sure LeBron would teach his children, anything, maybe even stuff he's not even teaching to the opposition while he's in the league. He might go ahead and teach that to his children, right? So if you're Bronny, you just want to learn as much as you can from your pops. He's one of the best to ever do it. Why not? Now, let's talk about the Toronto Raptors, because apparently, according to multiple reports, they are expecting to trade Bruce Brown by next month. Now remember, the Knicks and the Lakers both got involved, and they were high on him. How do you guys feel about Bruce Brown? That might be a possibility via trade. Lakers been high on this guy like 2 teams ago, since he was on the Denver Nuggets when he was a free agent. Then he signs elsewhere and then he gets traded. So that's a name to look out for right there, Bruce Brown. How you guys feel? You guys like his contract? Hey, what's good, Tommy? Good to see you, man. Salute, brother. Big day of basketball ahead tomorrow, or should I say in about 10 minutes is tomorrow. So yeah, on Sunday. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm probably going to do a post game right after both of the game 7s. Dan, we getting Ant-Man? God just told me. I wish, bro. Day says, love to get Bruce Brown. Bruce Brown would be a good acquisition. Question is, what are they going to ask for him? Right? D3 says, yes, he was in that clip, but in another clip, he was shooting it down, basically wanting to have his own merit. I think he'd be content playing against him, to be honest. I'm sure Bronny just wants to get drafted. Anybody should just want to get drafted. I mean, they're living the dream if that happens, right? He said, man, Mavs versus Wolves Western Conference Finals, that would feed families. It would feed so many families, bro. We need it. I want to know, chat, how many of you guys think the Wolves can actually pull this off? This is a tall task. To beat the Denver Nuggets on the road 3 times is going to be extremely hard. They already won twice. But it can happen. Ant-Man has to go off. The big players have to come out with a sense of urgency. I'm talking about Rudy Gobert. All right, this man soft as yogurt. That's why I call him Rudy Gobert. And Cat cannot take a game off tomorrow. He's going to have to really show up, man. Cat's out of the bag, all right? We know he's soft. But can he actually have one good miracle game? They're going to need it. Same thing with Jaden McDaniels. He was kind of invisible the whole series except for the last game. And Conley's been Conley. Conley just needs to beat Conley. But D3 says, Trevor Lane said the Lakers basically got the signing for Brown, but then Indy swooped in with the overpay. Yep, that's exactly what happened that offseason, unfortunately, right? But I like Bruce Brown, man. I think they really have to go address the size issue, though. Go get another big man. Again, I was so high on Derek Lively. I kept telling people, I really hope he lands to the Lakers at 17. He was my number one choice. If you guys go back and watch the draft video, he was my number one choice, hoping that, if he becomes available, I knew he would be able to contribute. He was coming from a good program, extremely athletic, very skilled, and used 15 rebounds in a closeout playoff game. Man. Hey, what's up, Lakers in 5? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. What's up, Craig? Max, all of you guys, man. Good to see all you guys. He said, Gobert, half-court buzzer beater to win it. Stop it. That's a death sentence at that point. So how you guys feel about this? Is Hoopswire is reporting that the Lakers, the Nets, and the Heat, and the Rockets, and the Grizzlies, they are all linked to the Cavs. So Lakers being there, I look at the other teams. The Heat are always too cheap to get a deal done. Always too cheap to get a deal done. So I don't see the Heat unless they're ready to part with Jimmy, which I've been hearing rumors, but I don't see the Heat getting involved. They don't like to give up too many draft picks. They like to build from within and then get steals, right? The Rockets makes a lot more sense. They have assets. They have youth. They have obviously a top 3 pick in this year's NBA draft, so they make a lot more sense. They could be a threat to land Donovan Mitchell. The Grizzlies, I really just don't see it. They're like a middle-of-the-road team. They don't know what they want to be, or they just got rid of Dylan Brooks. And then Ja Morant got hurt. I don't know what they are, right, as far as the Grizzlies go. And then you have the Nets. I really don't see the Nets. Like, that would be stupid for them to gut their youth and their draft picks to go and get an NBA-ready now player who probably doesn't want to be there in the first place. And he's not going to put you over the top. And then you have the Lakers. So for me, obviously he makes sense to the Lakers. He makes sense to the Rockets. And he makes sense. Those are about the only 2 teams. The Heat, obviously, it makes sense. But historically, will the Heat pull it off? That's the real question, right? Now, this weekend, I got a hold of the worst trade proposal ever. So I asked Laker fans just their thoughts on potentially trading for Paul George, because I heard the worst proposal. And I'll tell you guys exactly what it was. It was Paul George and PJ Tucker, right, to the Lakers. And the Clippers get Austin Reeves, Rui, D'Angelo Russell, Jared Vanderbilt, One first round pick in 2024, 2025. All of that for a player that is unproven in the playoffs since he broke his leg. Think about that. Paul George was way better before he broke his leg. And when he broke his leg, he didn't just lose that, but he lost a little bit of heart. That's why they call him way off P now. That's why they call him way off P. So, yeah, yeah, these blogs are putting out some crazy stuff out there, man. And I just wanted to bring it to you guys' attention because I think it's egregious. Ain't no way in hell the Lakers trade any of that away. Ain't no way. Not for that. Not for Paul George. That's a package you offer up for Donovan Mitchell. That's a package you offer up. Even Trey Young, I'll give you that because he's young. Trey Young, what is he, 26? He's young, 25, 26. Can we trade Gabe? He was a terrible signing this year. You never know. He might get packaged in something. I think I blame it on the injury. I would like to see him, their new head coach, utilize properly what he could be. I really like his defense. I agree, Craig. Dan Gilbert does hate the Lakers. Does the Lakers have to get either Monk or Brown? They're just both free agents and pickups. Jonas, how you feel about this? I really like Malik Monk. You guys know I've been a huge fan of his since he was in Kentucky. I always knew he was going to be a baller. Came to the Lakers, proved me right. I would like to bring him back. However, I doubt he leaves Sacramento. Unless, like, whoever comes in promises him a starting role, I doubt he leaves Sacramento. Now, Jonas Valanciunas, I think, is realistic because the Pelicans, according to multiple reports, they might not bring him back. So I can see that happening. I can see that happening, bro, for sure. Patrick, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat. He says, for most teams, Donovan Mitchell's lack of size and defense is a real problem, but the Lakers have AD protecting the paint. Absolutely. And we have Vando, assuming we were able to hold on to him. We have Vando in the perimeter. So that offsets a lot of the perimeter weakness. However, Mitchell, he's going to give you some effort. He's not as bad defensively as like a Trey Young or D'Angelo Russell. He's not that bad. He's going to give you effort. He's got decent size. But most importantly, he's going to carry on offense a lot of the times. It'll help LeBron pass down a torch to the combination of AD and Donovan Mitchell if that happens. You guys know I'm not pro super team. I'm not. But if Donovan Mitchell is available and he's an option, I'm pro Donovan Mitchell. I've always been a fan of his since his Utah Jazz days. He's a very, very good player, and he's still in his prime, right? Still in his prime. Let's see. I forgot about Stress. Guess he's just an outlier. The NBA today is about young superstars, not old superstars like LeBron and Davis. Well, Davis is still in his prime. LeBron is old, but he's breaking the mold. So, I understand where you're coming from though, because I was really upset when we lost, and I was like, you know what? Maybe let's just reset. But that doesn't seem to be what the Lakers are doing. It sounds like the Lakers still want to compete, which I don't blame them for. We're that type of franchise. We want to stay competitive always, right? This type of market, it's a lot of pressure on the front office to stay competitive. But I'm a different Laker fan. I'm a lifelong Laker fan. 28 years plus and counting. And I want what's best for the franchise moving forward. I don't want to just win one or compete for one and then lose the next 7 to 10 seasons. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna be quite frank. It is a young man's league, so I agree with your comment there. You see all the energy that's being exerted here in these playoffs, man. Guys are playing through injuries. Will a LeBron and AD led team have enough? That's why I think they want Donovan Mitchell in order for insurance policies, right? He's a Gary Trent Jr. is a free agent. We got to get him, right? I like Gary Trent Jr. Question is, what is the asking price for a Gary Trent Jr.? That's the real question, guys. D3 says, side note, you on the new Demon Slayer? Also, you ever check out Solo Leveling? I have not checked out Solo Leveling, bro. Is that like a new anime? And also, the new Demon Slayer, did it come out? Did the new arc come out? Because the last thing I saw was that little movie, that little episode movie in the theater. That's the last thing I saw, bro. But other than that, I'm up to date. If it's out, man, I'm probably right after this. That's how much I love Demon Slayer. It is the weekend, after all. I will tell you guys about a movie I did go watch, though. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, y'all. All right, so stay tuned for that. Probably at the 35-minute mark, I'll drop the review. Stay tuned for that. That movie right there, man. Oh, my goodness. I can't say enough good things about it. Definitely so far the early summer blockbuster of the year. Early. Donovan Mitchell, Dan. Yeah, I would love to have him. He said Vando's untouchable for me. They just can't teach heart to some players. I agree, man. I've been saying this to a lot of folks. A lot of folks already got tired of him because he was hurt all last year, but he's going to be a key piece to a championship run. Right? Vando is an Army Swiss knife defensively. He just gets so much done. He just does. He just does, literally. Just spectacular, man. He's spectacular. And especially on the defensive end. That's basically all he has is defense and rebounding. Right? Offense isn't there yet, it hasn't developed, it might never, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to take. Because defensively, he's going to lead to some easy transition buckets. Defensively, he's going to disrupt some things. He's going to lock up some star players on night-to-night basis. You can't say that about a lot of players. Most players can help you slow down, right? They can help you slow down a star player, but they can't help you stop. I've seen Vando stop Luka Doncic. I've seen Vando stop Devin Booker. I've seen Vando stop Kevin Durant. I've seen now, although granted, Kevin Durant is a bit older, so you don't give him the same credit as he did when he was in his prime, but still, it is impressive. Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? What's up, Kurt? Good to see you, man. He said, do you think after a Donovan Mitchell trade, we'll have enough depth? Now, this is why I don't really worry about depth. Let's just what would a Donovan Mitchell package look like? Starts with Rui and Austin Reeves, right? Draft picks, etc. You're giving Reeves, you still hope to have Max Christie left over. You hope to have Vando left over. Those are key cogs. That's why you probably giving up more draft picks than players at this point. So all you gotta do is make the salaries match. So whatever it takes. But I think those are two key pieces you gotta keep. Max Christie under the new head coach, I'm a buyer. I'm a buyer in his stock. Matter of fact, I just purchased an autograph card, a signed card by Max Christie for $5. That's how low his stock is thanks to Darvin's scam. However, I'm a buyer that a new coach will find what that kid can do. Because if anybody with a brain can figure out that he has good size, good athleticism, he has a high basketball IQ, especially on the defensive end. He can pull up from mid-range. He has a nice stroke from beyond the arc on catch and shoots. Percentage is pretty awesome. I've seen this kid play several times. I've been blessed to go to the game. Shout out Mookie. And I'll tell you, man, he's been really impressive. I saw him when he locked up both DeJounte Murray and Trae Young. Right? He was guarding him at different possessions, but he just looked phenomenal. And he's still really young. So I have a lot of stock and value in him. And I'm a firm believer that if you trade for a Donovan Mitchell, free agents are going to come for the cheap, right? You build a super team just like the Miami Heat did and just like all these other teams. You get free agents, especially when you have clutch on your side. Free agents will come. They will. I'm not too worried about that. Then you also have some good G League development. You got a good G League development staff. We might find another gem on a two-way contract. You never know. So I don't worry too much. You get the 3 stars, and then you build through it. Even though that's not my favorite tactic, I still prefer depth. But I think you can still keep some depth. I don't think you have to give up everything for Donovan Mitchell, especially if he opts out, and now his team will be with their backs against the wall trying to get the maximum value in return, right? How many teams out there that are not the Lakers are willing to give up everything? Future first-round picks, young talent, everything for a potential one-year rental, especially if he doesn't want to be there. So this is where I was talking about player empowerment. So you got Donovan Mitchell. He's extremely intelligent. If he wanted to be a Laker, he'll make it happen by saying, I'm not signing an extension with anybody except for the Lakers. This is what AD did. This is how AD got to Lakers, right? This is how we made it work. You take away a lot of their options, and now they're forced to trade with you and give you something fair, right? That's how we were able to keep Kyle Kuzma. Because remember, initially when we traded for AD, they wanted Kuzma in the package, and we said you could take one of the two, either Brandon Ingram or Kyle Kuzma. Until today, I'm still thankful that they took Brandon Ingram because I feel like Kuz fit better with the team we had on the championship run. Like Kuz didn't need the ball in his hands; he could shoot off ball, right? Kuz could defend, pass, and rebound, and do other things that were effective on our championship run, especially when like LeBron and AD were missing games. So I'm still very thankful that happened. Now, another rumor has it, if you guys see on the screen, right, that Darius Garland, assuming Donovan Mitchell stays with the Cavs and extends, then Darius Garland would then go and ask for a trade. At least that's what the rumor mill is saying. That's the word on the basketball streets right now. And a lot of Laker fans took to the internet to say, oh, let's take Garland. Let's take Garland. I'll say this: I like Darius Garland, but how much of an upgrade would it be to D'Angelo Russell, Laker family? Let's ask ourselves this: they both average similar numbers. They're both not the best defenders, and Darius Garland gets paid a lot. What is he getting paid? Like 40 mil a year. So Darius Garland is not who the Lakers should be going after. All right, I hope that's just a rumor right there. If I'm being quite frank, Lakers got to be smart about where they're going to spend their money, and that cannot be the third star they choose. I don't feel like Darius Garland could put us over the top while Donovan Mitchell can. Right? Heck, I'll be honest with you. I'll take Trae Young over Darius Garland. I've seen Trae Young put a whole franchise on his back and lead him to the Eastern Conference Finals. Can't say the same for Darius Garland. As much as I like Garland, and I like him, it's just for this particular team, the Lakers, with AD with LeBron, Garland is not your guy. He's not. I hate to say it like that, so cold, because we can't read the future, right? But he's just not that guy. But all right, let's transition away a little bit from basketball talk, man, and now let's talk about the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes movie. This is a part of what is it, like a sixology? There's like 6 of these movies or something like that, and there's more coming out, by the way. But wow, you want to talk about a cinematic masterpiece? Like, obviously, we took my brother out for his birthday. Got the popcorn, all that good stuff, man. We had to see it on IMAX. This movie was phenomenal, chat. It was second to none. It's probably the best Planet of the Apes movie in the whole series. And I'm talking about the old movies too. It was just really, really good. I don't want to spoil too much. I'm not going to say anything crazy, but it was visually stunning to the point where I'm thinking, wow, like Wes Ball, the director of this movie, is the one they chose to direct The Legend of Zelda, a live action film. I'm a big fan of that game, and that's going to turn into a movie. So this movie really got me hyped for that movie. That's how good this movie was. Wes Ball directed this movie. So if you guys like good action, like good storytelling, visually stunning masterpiece, this is it right here. If I had to give it a rating right now, it's a 9.7 out of 10. It's damn near perfect. Damn near perfect. This is perfect. I don't think I've given a movie a 10 yet, but 9.7 out of 10. This movie was, I mean, my family was still talking about it a day later today, and we saw it last night. So definitely go check that out, man. Take the family out this summer to watch a good movie, man. Can't wait for that new Deadpool. Some of you guys are already anticipating in the chat. That looks extremely good. I'll take any questions you guys have, any comments, any movies you guys recommend to your boy. Let me know in the chat right now. I'd love to know. Let's see. Mitchell already went toe-to-toe versus Murray before. We need him. I would love to have Donovan Mitchell. You guys, he's been... Listen, to me, Donovan Mitchell is the closest thing since... he reminds me of a young Baron Davis, but better. Like B. Diddy when he played for the Charlotte Hornets. That style of player. Just a slasher who can shoot off the dribble and play make. But better. Right? And I always wanted B. Diddy to play alongside Kobe Bryant when he was in his prime. But man, that would be phenomenal to have him alongside LeBron and AD. He said Christie's lack of production this year is one of the reasons Ham is gone. The front office leaked what they want the new coach, and it's basically everything Ham isn't, including player development. Yes. And I mentioned how this would be key moving forward, guys. This is definitely key moving forward for the Lakers. They have to learn to player develop. We're kind of behind. A lot of franchises out there are competing while developing. Look at the T-Wolves. Look at the New York Knicks. Obviously the Celtics have been doing it. They've been in the finals every other year while developing young talent. Lakers got to get with the program, man. I know a lot of this, the reason we're not developing because we're on LeBron timeline, but we got to learn how to do both. Compete, add the right pieces to the rotations while developing players. There was a lot of opportunities last year when we were up 20 points in the fourth quarter, and that's a perfect time to bring in the young bucks and get them some run. And I remember Darvin Scam would leave LeBron out there, and everybody was questioning, what the hell is 4 minutes left? You could be risking an injury. He would leave LeBron and AD out there. It's like, does this guy not know that you risk it? Like, it's common sense at this point. So these were all key teaching moments for younger players, and these coaches wouldn't have it, man. It's called garbage minutes. Darius Garland is a huge upgrade from D'Lo, better playmaker, ball handler, more athletic. But they average about the same, bro. And I think Darius Garland had a higher shot rate clip, which means he's a volume scorer. He needs a lot more shots. He's going to get less playing alongside LeBron and AD, unless they could trust him and he's a go-to in the crunch. Just like Reeves. Reeves is a go-to, trustable. He said Darius Garland always reminds me of Kel Mitchell. They look a lot alike. Just had to say that. He said, hypothetically, LeBron, AD, Spider, and Vando and Christian Wood. Any solid big. Gabe, just hypothetically speaking of a realistic lineup. We need to go back to two-man lineups. We really do. The two big man lineups is where it's at. As you can see, everybody's utilizing their size. Even though the Knicks are small right now because of all the injuries, when they were healthy, they had their big man lineups. They had Mitchell Robinson. They had Precious Achiuwa and the other guy, the white boy, I forgot his name. He's currently in the lineup. He's really good, by the way. He's a free agent. Hey, Alexander, talk to him, bro. Hey, listen, you guys know when I give a movie review, it's usually because it either impressed me or disappointed me. I never give movie reviews for the average movies. So this was definitely impressive, man. Go check it out if you guys already have not. I haven't seen any of the 8 movies, but I have to catch up. Oof, no better time to binge than now. You know, you should start with the one they dropped back in like 2012, which is like the first one to this storyline. So definitely check that one out. My guy said, my chica and I watched the recent 3 for the first time. Didn't watch the 70s and went to go to see Kingdom. It was great. But I thought the last one before called War was a 10 out of 10. Yeah, the last one was definitely good. It's a coin flip for me. Both of these were good. I mean, obviously this takes place in a different time. I won't give away too much again. But oh man, I wish I could talk to you guys about this. I don't want to spoil nothing, man. There was this one scene towards the end that really was like breathtaking, man. And you know what I'm talking about, D Free. You know that little oof, man. That gave me shivers. But just a great movie. Great movie. Great storytelling. Again, the visuals are second to none. Man, we have really gotten a long way when it comes to CGI, brother. CGI. These damn monkeys look so realistic, bro. You forget you're watching a movie sometimes. You feel it's kind of like Avatar, where it draws you into the world and you feel like you're in their world. Like you feel like you're inside that cinematic universe. So it's pretty cool. I mean, anytime you get lost in a movie, you know it was a great movie. Alchemy says Sam Cassell is the new name for head coaching candidate. Thoughts? I basically read a quote he had earlier where he talked about being an asshole to players sometimes and knowing how to pull their strings. I need a coach that's hard-nosed like that. If he's like that, if he's not just going to come in talking like Darvin, then I would definitely, favor a coach like that. But for now, it's all talk. I got to see it to believe it. Alchemy Productions of Sam Cassell. Oh, I already read that one. My bad. Yeah, Hartenstein. He's good. I wouldn't even mind the Lakers getting him. We need hard-nosed, hard-working players like that. Question is, how much does the coach have to do with his actual play style? Because I think Tom Thibodeau brought him here because he saw that potential in him and unlocked it. If he goes to another team, will he revert to his old tendencies or not playing hard enough since he no longer plays for Thibs? Those are always questions that I think about. Season 5 is out, bro. By the way, do yourself a favor and watch Solo Leveling. About to be on you. Like what did Jeff say on Around the League? Oh man, hey D Free. If I get a chance, I'll definitely send it to me on text message because I tend to forget. Like a lot of the times I'm so busy up and down that I forget some of these comments and stuff people have said. So just send it to me in DM, and then when I get a chance, I'll definitely check it out. But season 5 being out for Demon Slayer, oh my god, bro. I might not sleep tonight. But on second thought, I will, because we got a big day ahead tomorrow. And again, we'll be covering both games. So I look forward to that, guys. It should be a lot of fun. 28 years later, is confirmed to be coming out. My girl's going to love hearing that because she loves zombie movies. Jun says, signing LeBron for a 3 years extension is just like selling tickets, not only winning championships. West is loaded with top young teams. Plus, Houston, Memphis is knocking on playoffs next year. Well, the good news for you, Jun, is that most likely, by the sounds of it, this is what Shams and Woj been saying. Sounds like LeBron's only going to play a maximum of 2 years. I'd be shocked if they gave him a 3-year extension. So good news for you, my friend. It's only 2 years. The bad news is if he does take those 2 years and they just treat it like a farewell tour and they don't compete, a lot of Laker fans are going to be upset, including myself, right? Including myself. Hey, so that's two recommendations for this one. Solo Leveling. Oh man, I might have to definitely check it out. Oh my God, sis. I've been waiting on Squid Games too. Just like you. Me and my girl have been waiting. We always check Netflix to see if there's any updates. My God, that was one of the best shows ever. Shout out to you for recommending it to us. We love you for it. That listen, if y'all haven't seen Squid Games 1, or it's not even called Squid Games 1, it's called Squid Games. If y'all haven't seen that one, and I don't mean the reality show that's on there, I mean the actual series. Do yourself a favor, man. You haven't lived until you watch Squid Game. Same thing with Game of Thrones. If y'all haven't seen Game of Thrones, I don't know what to tell y'all, man. I don't know what to tell y'all. Miguel says, I hate zombie movies. Land of the Dead traumatized me as a kid. Really? Land of the Dead is so cool, man. Hartstein about to get the bag. He was killing us when he was on the LA Clippers. Yeah, he deserves it. I wouldn't leave New York either if I was him because he found a coach that knows exactly how to, as we've been saying tonight, pull his strings and utilize him to the best of his ability. Because he's not really that skilled, but he is a utility player. He has a nice teardrop that I've been impressed with on the Knicks. Like that's been really impressive. But all in all, like he's just he's a good workhorse type, kind of like Larry Nance Jr. And I love those type of players, by the way. Love those type of players. But man, this offseason is just getting started, chat. Oh man, I cannot wait to break it all down with you guys, especially when we get some actual breaking news and we can see what kind of direction the Lakers are going in. I mean, this is just gonna be fun. And the playoffs are just starting to pick up, so I'm gonna pick up with them. So more content. Expect the post game after both the game sevens tomorrow. And again, I will be covering both on Playback TV. So go follow me over there, Dan the Lakers fan on Playback TV. And it's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow, man. But that's going to wrap it up for me here tonight, guys. Hopefully, I hit you guys with all the rumors that I've been missing the last couple of days and and all that. Final question. My guy Carlos says, Dan, what is your favorite Mexican soccer team? My favorite team is Chivas. Yeah, it's the Chivas de Guadalajara, man. That's where my mom's from. So I watch them casually. I don't really watch like that soccer. I only watch when the national team, La Selección, plays. That's when my whole family tunes in. So, yeah, man, I'm much more of a hoops junkie. But, yeah, La Chivas is where it's at always, man. Guadalajara. Yes, sir. My whole cousins, everybody. That's what they root for. So, that's pretty cool. But, all right, y'all. Hopefully, you guys have a wonderful rest of your night, man. I will see you guys here tomorrow at 12 noon for the New York Knicks Game 7. I can't wait for that one. And hopefully Ant is able to put away the Nuggets once and for all. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for tapping in. Don't forget to hit the like button. And we'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.